Hey, it's Kim here and welcome back to Existences, where I'm hoping we can get a tattoo. Well, this is beautiful and calming already. Gatekeeper of Moss, Valdiri, you are a welcome guest, but who is this man you bring with you? I give you the benefit of the doubt of knowing our customs, so why, pray tell, be he here with thee? He's a kind fellow, only wishing for existential inspiration, which I didn't ask about last time because I panicked about doing the right thing in a game. I've judged his character darling. Let it fall on me if he is not respectful. Very well, he may enter, but should he act out of line, I won't hesitate to call the watchers to descend upon him. That does not sound pleasant. I will do my best, but should you find it necessary, I will not resist. This is the domain of the Wiccanry. I am but a guest. I feel like he would bow when he says that. Such humility will get you far, child. That was a good answer. Very well, you may enter. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Madam Gatekeeper. Now, darling. Why do I feel I should now, darling, I have business with the matriarch. You go on and have fun now. Welcome to Moss Rhyme. Let's get a tattoo. That's my only goal. And maybe find the poet or something. Oh, do they have a pet owl? Anuk. Anuk? It's not often I see a man while passing through Moss Rhyme. What brings you to the commune? I'm here on a journey of inspiration. I came upon some good fortune in being allowed to enter this place. No doubt it will be able to contribute to my art. Ah, well, have you been to the valley of Ishold? Ishold? It's where I hail from, and the thought form that resides there has accomplished some pretty incredible monuments. I've heard of the valley, but I've not had a chance to go there. I'll tell you what, if you feel it's worth your while, I'll be more than happy to guide you through the Black Pine to the valley of Ishold. And between you and me, we could probably give you a far warmer welcome than you've gotten here. Thank you for your offer. I'll have to take you up on that if I'm so inclined. So that's our potential first location. Wow, I was not expecting that. Etched upon the tree are the runes that activate revelation spells, which control the growth of plants and flowers. They detail not only the instructions of the spell, but also the history of how practitioners from Akorja perfected these spells during their nomadic journeys. This is very useful elevators. Who are these beautiful people up here? Well, that's the librarian. Matriarch Alexandria, the Witch of Wrath. The scarring runes have also faded. You're able to refresh them. I did a few on your last incarnation. I can do it for this one. Worry not, love. I knew I could count on you, my friend. It's been too long. I was worried your mortality had gotten the better of you. Yet you look as beautiful as ever, Valdiri. You may go now, love. We will proceed with the tattooing this eve. I want a tattoo. Grand Matriarch, I wish to request of you... Shut up, artist. I know what you're here for. All Wiccanry, share my ears, and your performative bullshit is pathetic. Oh, I didn't know it was going to go that way. Now keep quiet, and I'm going to tell you a bit about life and death. I've lived for 12 births. I've existed for over 1,000 years. I've seen death without measure. My friend I just spoke to, I have to watch her die one day. Though one of our sisters, she will die because she was not born with our means. I have to live with that every time I see her. Life is about knowing you will lose everything. Everything! Knowing all of your friends, your accomplishments, and the world that you thought you knew will one day die. Well, this is bleak. And life is about having the strength to live for those fragile things, while still knowing they will die. To love them without condition, to move on without them, head held high in their honor. Now build your pretty tower, artist. Make it fucking brilliant, even knowing it will fall. Show everyone the brilliance of your fragility. Don't disappoint me, mortal. Make sure that everyone sees that brilliance. I really like that. And also the dramatic way that we got our book out. Whoa. Oh! Your opus is incomplete. Explore more paths and discover new meanings. So we've got areas that will not inspire a Tower of Life. Some that will, like the library. And some that have. But I didn't get to finish talking to everyone, so I'm going to go back. I was not expecting that we'd have level select to go and find different places. Shy Eyes, the Witch of Whispers. I knew you would come. That's probably a little too whispery. What's like all your ASMR? I knew you would come. Excuse me, what are you doing down here? Our matriarch who loves her sisters so dearly has tended to me in this dark nook of the hill. My eyes were harmed by a spell I had mismanaged. Goodness, I'm sorry to hear that. How is the healing coming along? Complete as of today, and I wish to see my home again. Fate has assigned you to escort me there to Akorja. If not now, soon. You will like Akorja, Mare. My home is that of nomadic beauty. Okay, well, you've certainly intrigued me. I will absolutely be back if... Oh, I know, if your inspiration flickers, it will, dear Mare, it will. So we want to keep going and seeing all these other different places. Juliana, the Witch of Growth. When will the matriarch grant me the secrets of rot? Gah! I can't bring up anything related to the old matriarch around her, not even their spells. Ugh, I mean, I don't blame her, but still. The both of them need to learn to move on. But don't tell the current matriarch I said that. So basically, if we find our inspiration from anyone, we build our tower and that's kind of it. Chroma, the Warlock of Irons. The Witch of Whispers is from Akorja, you know. She told me many stories. She told me about the wandering towns built upon giant arboreals. That's cool. She also told me about the Peacock Man who'd return her there, the one she saw in Whispered Dreams. Now, I don't know about the validity of dreams, Mr. Traveller, but it would sure make her happy if you took her there. How are we going with that? We can nearly visit Akorja. I'm wondering though, if we should go back to the library and get the meaning from there as well. A faded description is etched into the base of the statue. In memoriam to Adian Shine, son of Lalan, the first wolf and hero of the Age of Chaos. Beneath that is the signature Hashashin Anatark, an artist of Ishond. Excuse me, going up, going up. That is an intense statue. Faded description is etched into the base. In memoriam to Deliri Ishin, son of Lalan, second wolf and hero of the Age of Greed. Beneath that is a signature Hashashin Anatark. And now we can visit Ishond. Not going to talk to you again. That just ended things. But we must look for the poet. Where is my best friend? There he is. Poet, my friend. How on earth did you get into Mosrime? I got lucky, but what about you? Ah, dear Peacock, it's actually rather simple. They don't even know I'm here. And I would ask you to keep quiet to keep it that way. This is quite the opportunity for us after all. And in return for your discretion, enjoy this codex page. Oh goodness, be careful, you silly fool. And now I've discovered the secrets to this area. What do we know about the second wolf? It's the statue we saw. I kind of want to go to Akorja because it's on the back of trees. And that is intriguing. I'm sorry. You can click out of the video, it's fine. I would understand. Upon the flesh of this hollow wood is recorded ancient revelations. Featured with prominence are the rites of rebirth, the process with which the Wiccanry give birth to themselves, bestowing their consciousness upon their self-birthed body. The old body is treated with reverence. Parts of the brain and nerves ritualistically burnt as fuel during the process of rebirth, and the rest of their old form buried beneath a young sapling. Cool. Terrifying. And now we can go to Akorja, so let's go talk to the Whispering Lady. Hello. Ah, you are ready. This is wonderful. Though an eventuality, I will be charmed to show you the way to my old home. You are a unique woman, friend. I look forward to the journey. That was a really short one, but it's interesting to know how the game works now. We're going to talk to all these people. We're going to find different forms of inspiration, and then we're given the opportunity to search even further for different points of view. And despite being kind of dark, I did kind of like the matriarch's perspective on it as well, like living as much as you can because you do actually only have a short amount of time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this one. If you'd like to hang out some more, hit subscribe and I'll see you soon. Bye.